What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for everything local sports. It's Paul, and this highlight video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to cater your team's next event. Football is back. Well, not quite. We're at the 6:05 All-Star Game at Pioneer High School in Whittier, right off the 6:05. Weird. The matchup consisted of East and West All-Stars. On the East were players from Pauley, La Salle, Mayfair, La Mirada, schools east of the 6:05. And on the West were players representing the rest of Long Beach, the SGVL, and schools west of the 6:05. Get it? This game wasn't like any old All-Star game, and it wasn't like the NFL Pro Bowl. These kids actually wanted to be here, and they for sure showed it in this one. And from the opening kick, you just kind of had to hold your breath because you didn't know when something big was going to pop off. Especially when Wilson's Josh Wise touched the ball. It just felt like he could have scored at any moment in this ball game. Wilson's Jack Kulos was under center for the West, and he was making plays, making things happen for his team. Wilson to Wilson connection here for the West. Kulos hooks up with Bobby Simon, who picks up a few, and the West is on the move. But Kulos might have been trying to do a little bit too much for his team in the opening drive. He gets caught for grounding right here. Third down now. Kulos moves the defense, throws back to Karan Nelson. He's got some room, but you got to get upfield right here. The drive stalls, and the West has to settle for a field goal. But on the attempt, it's the dreaded double thump. That ball's live, fellas. It's picked up by the East, and it's number 24, Anthony Garcia, and he's got some room. He makes a couple of moves. He's got some blockers in front of him, and he's gone. And just like that, the East takes the early 7-0 lead after the first, and their offense hasn't even seen the field yet. West trying to get back on track. It's Ryan Rivera of Montebello now. He airs it out. Give the big man a chance out there. The 6'6 Cal signee Logan Gamble out of St. Anthony's. Nice catch there to move the chains. But later in the drive, Rivera looking over the middle. Might have had him over the top right there, but that's undercut and picked up by Jonathan Areola. And the East are in business to take over the game. But the West showed up on defense. They were just swarming the ball carrier, and they got the big stop that they needed. Big hit right here by Jeremiah Paulo. What a hit. But who would the offense turn to? I got an idea. Let's try throwing it out there to that 6'6 guy again. He immediately had a step right there, and he's off to the races. He's going to get into the end zone. They would miss the extra point, but they're back in it. It's 7-6. Cal's going to really appreciate having that guy on the field in the future. Can't wait to see him. All of a sudden, the West has a little bit of life, getting some pressure on the passer and making every throw a difficult one. The East looking to air it out. Looks like they got a mismatch in size differential, but look at Xavier Cortez. Excuse me, I'll take that. Play the ball, that's what you're taught, and somebody taught him well. The West getting wild on the sideline, throwing up the West side. D just doing their thing, making plays for their own. But the offense couldn't capitalize on the turnover, and the East gave it another shot downfield. Looked like a little miscommunication right here in the back end. Jake Ruiz is wide open. He reaches for the pylon, and he's in. And just like that, momentum switches to the East side, and they have a 14-6 lead. They get the ball back again just before half, looking for more points. Huge hit right here. I think that went off the ref. No matter, Josh Moorhead hangs onto that to make the catch. Later in the drive, they find themselves in field goal range. That's out of the camera's range, but the ref says it goes in. It's 17-6 East side going into halftime. And the West really needed some more big plays in the second half, and they would get it right out of the gate. And I mentioned earlier, you know that Wise guy? Well, every time he touches the ball, right? Well, this was that time. A little cut, and he might go. A little early on the celebration right there. But Wise embraces the contact, and he's into the end zone. Two-point conversion is no good, but Wise breathes a little bit of life into the sideline. Here's more of that Moorhead guy. The guy took a beating, but he always got up. He's a guy that just eats contact for breakfast. The drive would stall. The East would punt. And here's that thump again. The West with the block. That'll trickle out of bounds. And the West and their offense is back in business to start the fourth quarter. They would waste no time in the fourth. Kulos goes up top to Warren's Darnay Harris. He's up there getting it at its highest point. Is somebody going to tackle him? Guess not. He's in the end zone. The West sure knows how to celebrate. Is that a cowboy hat? Well, two-point conversion is no good. It's 20-17. Does the East have a response? Isaiah Jackson of Mayfair pumps and fires vertical. What a catch by Isaiah Arujo. Isaiah to Isaiah for the first down. Looks like the East does have a response. Later in the drive, power set. Looks like run. Pass! Jackson rolls out, finds A.J. Rivas. He's a guy off of La Mirada's state championship team. He's used to these big games. East up 24-20. What a game we have here. Assuming West possession. Kulos looking to create. He steps up looking for room, but it's stripped out of his hands, recovered by the West, and they got a chance to put it out of reach. Here's the power set from before. This time it's a run. Jacob Fimbres bullies his way into the end zone, and just like that, it's 31-20 now. And it looks just about over, right? No, not even close. The West is driving again. Wise gets tackled. He has to come out of the ball game because his helmet accidentally fell off. I still don't get it. Where will they get their offense from? Let's try heaving it to one of our many talented receivers. Kulos fires. It's Hinckley Rapati. He comes down with it over two defenders, and there they go again. Another great celly from the West. Two-point conversion no good. The West cuts the deficit to 31-26. They go for the onside. Not quite sneaky enough, and the East has a chance to ice it and turn out the lights on the West with about 5 minutes to go. But I didn't really mean literally. No, this isn't a joke. The lights actually went off at about 10 p.m. at Pioneer. Players stormed the field. Fans flashed their lights. But we still had 4:57 left on the clock, and these players were going to finish this game. Lights eventually came on and it was game time. Now where were we? Oh yeah, back to ice in the game. Well, high snap. Jackson tries to make a play. He loses the football. Everyone always says they have it, but who actually has it? West says they have it. Looks like the West has it. And they do. They get the ball back with 2 minutes remaining. Can they make it work? Can you believe this? Fourth down. Kulos doing his best to keep the drive alive. He scrambles. Rolling to his right. Everybody loves a quarterback who isn't afraid of contact. He takes the hit, gets out of bounds, and they have a first down. But here's the last play of the game. You got to give your big guy a chance right here. But it looks like they're going for a quick completion. Campbell falls on the play. Kulos checks down. And that's going to be the ball game. The East pulls out the thriller, 31-26, in one of the best 605 All-Star games that we've seen in a while. But some great talent on the field, and these boys really enjoyed themselves out there. And that's what you like to see most in an All-Star game like this. Excited to see what these guys have to offer in the future. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Long Beach Transit, who has stops on Route 1 at Cal State Dominguez Hills, South Bay Pavilion, and the StubHub Center. This is GazetteSports.com and the Press Telegram. Check us out. Football season is right around the corner.